Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be doing an initial comparison between Kevin Durant's, budget model. This is the Trey VIII, and his signature model, the KD13. So the KD Trey VIII is going for 90 bucks, which is super cheap, and then the KD13 is going for 150 bucks. Well, this colorway is going for 160, but regular colorways are going for 150 bucks. So what, $60 price difference is pretty significant. I also don't know if Nike's gonna keep the Trey 5 line because he changed his number. His number used to be 35, hence Trey 5, 35. But since he changed his number to 7, we can see some 7s on the KD13. I wonder what they're gonna change the name to. And obviously, if you like KD and if you like his shoes, the performance on his shoes have been really good for the past few years. And you guys were contemplating whether to save money and get the budget model or just go full out and get the signature model. Here's a little initial comparison for you guys, and if you guys want to cop either of them, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, this is pretty rare for Nike especially. So what Nike does usually is they make a very hard and durable rubber for their budget models, and for their signature models they make a super soft rubber for some reason. And you would think it would be the opposite, and you would think that the signature model should be more durable, right? You're paying more money for it, but that's not the case mostly. But the KD13 seems pretty durable, especially comparing to the KD12. So the Trey VIII has super hard rubber, and you have like a wave bone traction pattern. I'm doing some drills and stuff. I don't want to completely lose my handles. I haven't really been able to shoot around though. And I've been trying it on my wood floors, and the traction on the KD Trey VIII is insane as of right now. Insane with the KD13. So they're looking like top tier traction patterns, and I'm super duper excited to go play in them once the quarantine is over. One thing to note is that the pod in the forefoot for the KD13 is pretty damn soft. So besides that, the black part on this outsole seems a lot more durable and a lot harder of a rubber. And as far as the outsole curvature, they've been putting some outsole curvature in KD's line. Liu Cheng, the original designer of the Kairu 2, which actually kind of invented the outsole curvature, was also designing the KD. He basically designed the entire KD line. So starting from the 12, he started putting the outsole curvature into the KD line. But obviously it's not as dramatic as the Kyrie line, but there is still a nice curvature in the KD13. The rubber doesn't come up as much. I would say it comes up pretty much the same as the KD Trey VIII, but there is a nice curve. Like the KD Trey VIII is more like flat. The KD13 has a lot more rounded shape in the forefoot, so that feels a little bit better as of right now, just going on the ball of your foot in the KD13. Alright, moving on to the cushion. Obviously the KD13 is going to be better. You have a full length zoom stroll board, which feels awesome, as well as a bottom loaded zoom unit in the forefoot. You can't really feel the extra bounce from the forefoot because it is bottom loaded, but I haven't really ran or sprinted in it yet, so hopefully that all changes. But then the KD Trey VIII is using a full-length Renew cushioning, which is super duper nice at first. From my experience, if some runners use Renew cushioning, and it's really nice at first, but it bottoms out very quickly, and it's very similar to Nike Cushlon and Lunarlon. So, that kind of sucks. It does bottom out, but we'll have to see on this. But I'm pretty sure it'll bottom out. But in the heel, you have a good amount of heel compression, which feels nice. And it makes the heel to toe transition a little bit smoother. The KD13 is literally just rubber, and there's no midsole compression at all. So it feels a little bit more boot-like, But other than that, they both have super nice shapes. So you have a nice rocking motion for smooth heel-to-toe transition. You have a nice flex in the forefoot in both of the shoes as well. Moving on to the materials. It's very sad to say, but the $90 shoe has way better materials than the KD13. And this is $60 more expensive. So obviously, I guess you're paying most of the money for the cushioning, I guess, right? But then the KD Trey VIII, it looks like a Flyknit, but it's not. It's more of a textile material with plastic reinforcement in the knit, but it just feels way softer. The thickness is around the same, but it's just softer. The KD13 is more flimsy, and then when you poke it, it kind of stays in place. So it doesn't conform to your foot as well as the KD Trey VIII. As far as the tongue goes, it's literally the exact same. You have this weird foam insert into the tongue that's exposed around the perimeter of the tongue. And as far as the padding goes, it's pretty much the same. You have some screen mesh on top of the tongue, which makes it feel kind of cheap. And then here in the ankle area, I mean the ankle area in the Trey 5.8 is kind of cheap with the screen mesh and like this fused material where the swoosh is, but you're not really feeling that as much, you know? The only time you're gonna feel the material like significantly is in the toe, because that's where like your foot bends. And then as far as the foam goes, in the ankle area, it's pretty much the same. You know, it's pretty well padded, feels very comfortable on the Achilles and in the ankle. So yeah, the Trey 5.8 is miles better than the KD13. Hopefully it's just this colorway. I'm not really sure. I feel like it's just a graphic, and like I don't think the quality is gonna change in the regular GR colorways. But that's just me being hopeful, and the $90 shoe is way better in material quality than the $150 or $160 shoe. Alright, moving on to the fit. The KD13 fits a lot more snug, especially just like in the toe area. The Trey 5.8 is a lot looser, and I would say it runs a little bit longer than the KD13. Width-wise, I would also say it's around the same width. It's narrow for both of the shoes, but it's just a little bit longer and a little bit roomier in the toe area than the KD13. And it's just speculation, but I feel like this material is going to stretch out over time, so it's going to get even looser. So for me, I like to have a really snug fit, so if it gets looser, I don't think I'll like it as much. The KD13 is very, very snug right now, and I feel like this material is also going to stretch out over time, so it's probably going to get better for me as far as the fit goes. So overall, I like the KD13 fit for me. Again, like I said, if you want something a little bit roomier, then go with the Trey 5.8. But if you have a wide foot or you want more room in the toe area, then I would suggest going up half a size. For both of the shoes actually. As far as the support and lockdown goes, it feels like it's going to be very good. For the ankle cut, they're both mid cuts and pretty much the same like height. I would say the KD13 is just a slight bit higher, but they both don't feel great for ankle support. And lateral support feels, I mean, they feel like it's going to be good. You know, you have some foam, or I guess the rubber outsole coming up. Alright, moving on to the weight. Obviously the Trey 5.8 is going to be lighter, right? Yeah, so 10 ounces, 10.05 ounces for the Trey 5.8, and then the KD13 was like 12 ounces on the dot. So 2 ounce difference. Yeah, the KD Trey 5.8 definitely feels a lot lighter. I mean, like, I feel like this foam probably adds a good amount of weight, and why not just use Renew? Renew and Lunarlon and Cushlon are a lot lighter than Phylon. I don't see why they wouldn't use that, right? It's not like you're going to feel this Phylon anyway. You're just going to feel the zoom underneath your foot in the KD13. But anyways, there's that. And then the outsole is a lot more prominent, especially in the heel area. So the KD13 feels a lot more bottom heavy. The KD Trey 5.8 feels more like even and equal in weight distribution, you know? Alright, as far as the aesthetics go, I don't know guys, but for me personally, I like the KD Trey 5.8. I feel like it looks a lot better. I love this pattern here in the textile material in the toe area. You know, the KD13 also looks dope, and I feel like it has more of a streetwear aesthetic than the KD Trey 5.8. But the overall silhouette and how the shoes look, in my opinion, I think the Trey 5.8 looks better. Tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. Alright, so as of right now, I mean, the KD Trey 5.8 is looking real nice. I really, really like how the shoe feels so far. The KD13 is looking real nice too. I especially like the cushioning better in the KD13. The traction seems very good in both of the shoes, but the material quality and just like how much cheaper the Trey 5.8 is than the KD13, like if you're trying to save money, I would suggest going with the Trey 5.8. The only thing more quality about the KD13 than the Trey 5.8 is the cushioning. I mean, is the $60 worth it for you? I don't know. I mean, basically just for the zoom unit, because the material quality is, like I said, not better in the KD13. But as of right now, that's just all speculation. It's not a full performance review, even though I kind of made it sound like a performance review. I'm sorry about that. And I really wish the KD13 had better quality materials. Like this is, I mean, on foot it's pretty nice, you know, it's thin and all that, but it's just the quality, especially for 160 bucks, isn't nice. Like, I wish they would go back to using like Flyknit or something, you know? But anyways, if you guys want to cop either of these shoes, again, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.